We here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Your character is interesting because in the history sense of it, you kind of one of the first lobbyists, I would say, and it goes from, you know, what you lobbied for, which seems like a noble cause, you know, even though it was some shenanigans that had to go on, to now we have the Jack Abramoffs and everything else that's going on now. Do you think that?
I'm actually ignorant in terms of that. I feel terrible because I've had to deal with that question a few times today, and I don't know whether lobbyists were professionals at that time. I don't know whether, I know these guys weren't. I mean, they all did other things and came from other places and functioned within this capacity in the context of these events. But I suspect that there weren't people who were in Washington who were made their living by lobbying, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in this set of circumstances, it was absolutely, it was crucial. It was not going to happen without that.
Right.
But I also think the thing that also you were speaking to before I rudely interrupted you is the extent to which they were willing to go.
Right.
And that Lincoln was willing to go to resolve this this issue that he felt the passage of the 13th Amendment was what people had been dying for at that time several years. And in great cost of human life. And
do you ever think about the what if? What if they weren't able to meet this challenge at that time? I mean, do you?
I think it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I think it's inevitable because most other countries in the world, certainly developed countries in the world, came to that.
Yeah.
But he saw a window of opportunity to have it happen then. And I think it was absolutely tragic, even the notion that this country would go to that war and put itself through that war, and at the end of it, to not have ended slavery would have been unthinkable to me. It just would have been shameful.
I think it would have been a whole different. I think it would have happened, like you said, eventually. But I think it would have been a whole different country if that time it wasn't.
How do you tell parents of children that have died that we've seen the result of that since then, and it's something that this country has wrestled with in most wars.
Right.
But how do you tell parents of a child who's died in a war that their death was for naught?
Right.
And that's what that war was about.
For more exclusive coverage of our latest news and entertainment, be sure to subscribe to our BlackTree TV channel, and don't forget to click on either arrow on either side to watch one of our most commented videos.
Now, there might be a lot of people in the African American community that don't like this character, but they better not act like that person doesn't exist, because like you said, they right there in the house, or they up the block, or they Uncle Boo Boo.